people? Welcome to another episode of Mouthful TV. How is everybody doing?
Good. How y'all doing?
Hey, we back.
Straight.
The three-piece tonight, the three-piece for tonight's
Yes,
episode.
sir.
So we want to welcome our viewers, both returning and new, to this episode of Mouthful TV. Definitely be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms, right? And there's so many. I'm not even going to try and name them. Just look at the screen that we have up and go ahead and follow what your heart desires. Also, we have something that we love to share each and every time for those that like to partake in spirits and cocktails. Make sure that you follow A Taste of the Culture. Taste of the Culture. We definitely have we definitely have their information as well. So be sure to use the promo code to get you 25% off. Y'all, it has been that type of day for me. How about y'all?
It has been a day. It has
Okay.
definitely been a day.
I know y'all heard my kids in
One,
the background.
it's hot. That's the main thing. It's hot,
It's hot.
and I'm sweating like all
Loud.
under here, and I don't like
They get
that.
loud as soon as we start recording. Yes, and mind y'all, we're in a hotel. We're on vacation, so just bear with me today.
Listen, enjoy your vacation. Summer's almost over. The
Yes,
world about to shut down with this new strain of
it's fine.
Oh
COVID,
I'm
goodness.
so
recording. Stop.
Don't say that.
time to come
I'm
back inside.
loopy. I'm loopy. I'm hearing things. I'm pregnant. It's been a pregnant weekend. Like I'm like pregnant for real, for real.
Yeah, I think we all just kind of had a weekend. My daughter had to go to the ER a few days ago, and to be honest, that has just kind of been that. It's just taken over my whole
Just
spirit all weekend. But all in all, it's been a good trip.
that's
So
good. How is
yeah,
she doing?
she good. She real good now.
Right, a little Miss Toot in that picture you posted. That was
Mm-hmm.
cute though. That was cute. Des, what you have going on?
Well, as a photographer, things are very difficult at times because people are very demanding. But you just push through it and wait for the cash out.
Oh, okay. There you go. Come on, Cash App. Do you take Zelle, sir?
I absolutely do. I also take
Okay.
PayPal, and I come with a reader, a square reader. If you need
Hey,
to swipe your card before I snap any picture.
that's right. Come on, 2021. Well, just being a teacher, working in the summertime, trying to get out these things. Y'all, do you know that our yearbook got delayed? So we're just now getting those out. It's been a crazy year of all of
School
my
finna start
classes.
back.
Huh?
School finna start back.
Listen, life happens. That's what
Girl.
you have to teach them. But not only that, I had zero in-person students that were from my yearbook and photography staff. So the fact that we have a 260-page yearbook that was done virtually and we still made it and we're still getting great compliments, shout out to my classes for that. But getting them passed out in 99-degree weather, pregnant, yeah.
Passed out. Y'all didn't get no addresses. Y'all don't have a directory. Y'all could
I
have mailed them to
mean,
them.
it was a weekend day, so I just wasn't in the building, but that's how dedicated I am. Yeah. So,
Shout out to
I
you.
mean,
Because I wouldn't have
kudos
been.
to you. I commend you for
That's why I
doing
said
what you
shout
do,
out to
but
you.
not doing it.
I had to let them know I had to put out that communication, social media, email, all of that. Let you know this is where you can get them. So, but speaking of that, communication, y'all, I wanted to talk about that for this topic because it's just like, it's taking a course in every aspect of life that you think about. Like the forms of communication is just crazy. So we could go into relationships, jobs, just parenting, everything like that. So let's start light and then go heavy. What y'all think? Parenting?
I'm with it. Well, I can't relate. Well, I guess I can
Okay.
because I have
So, okay.
parents. I was about
So,
to say I have parents, so I guess I can.
Yeah.
Um, But like you said, communication, or like most people say, communication is the key in any relationship, whether it's friends, family, somebody, a significant other. And I think it's important. And something that I always wanted to do was to be able to have an episode, right, where those who are parents like sit down and have like real life conversations that we have with their kids, because kids are very intuitive, they're very smart, and they see and hear a lot and they absorb that. And I think it would be very interesting to really sit down and have like an adult conversation with a child.
I do it all the time with mine. But I mean, as far as communication, um, while parenting, it is very hard because kids don't have the same, capacity as us. Like their minds aren't, you know, they don't absorb as much as we do as quickly. And you have to continue to repeat yourself. You have to continue to repeat yourself until they actually get it. So I would say communicating with your kids, and then with an adult is totally different. Like you have to be persistent. If not, your kids will run your ass and, be all over the place. No, real shit, they'll run your
They
ass.
will.
I my daughter, she just has a mind of her own. Sometimes she does not like to listen. Um, but I have to continue to tell her, hey, this is not right. This is how you do things. And once she gets there, or once she bumps her head, then she's like, oh, okay, mommy, I'll listen to you. Okay. I mean, because sometimes you have to let them do what they want to do, so they can figure out on their own. Okay, maybe what she is telling me, maybe it is right.
Do you
So
feel like it's kind of difficult to communicate with your kids sometimes, especially when you want to allow them to grow and do their own thing, to kind of learn and make their own
yes,
mistakes, but you
it's
want to kind of jump in, but you don't?
yeah, it's kind of harder for me as well because I'm a single mom. And if I had that support from like another parent, it would be totally different because they would get maybe two different perspectives on, what, which, from parents, and kind of try things on their own. But yeah, to answer your question, it's hard to um it's hard to let them do their own thing. But again, like I said, like you gotta let them up their head.
I definitely
Period.
agree. Because
Cause
you can't
okay,
grow.
cause
Like,
I'm not gonna sit here and I said what I said. You heard what I said. You know what I said. But for
and
my
that's
5 year,
that.
I do have to, repeat it a few times. But you know what I mean. Okay, girl. 10, maybe a day or two later, 5, 10 minutes later. Okay, okay, mommy, can you help? Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
And for educators, like we have to make sure that we keep that balance because we never want to offend households when we're giving advice to our students, or if they come to us and need to vent or in confidentiality, we're put in tough situations, but to be able to communicate and keep a level ground, it's difficult sometimes for educators, especially what's brought to us. I've had students, and I think I've talked about this on the show before, just saying they're in a toxic environment. They came out as far as their sexuality, and their parents, aren't accepting of that. You really have to almost walk on eggshells to make sure that you don't overstep your boundary, because at the end of the day, that's a household they still have to go home to.
so Star, how do you like? How is your communication with the parents? Like, do you have that type of relationship with the parents to be able to assist the kid?
Oh yeah, I do. I definitely want to make sure I play on a level playing field. Like if your kid can come to me, I need you to know that you can too. And
Yeah.
it really helps because I would want to know where the mindset is of the parents, because then that kind of helps you understand where the kid is coming from too. Like why they might think the way they do, or why are they lashing out. I've had literally come to Jesus moments with parents just over the phone, frustrated, crying, giving up on their kid as far as like, college bound, and just saying my kid should just work a job because they don't care about their, high school career. And it's just like, no, we're going to get them back on track, and we're going to make sure that we get your mindset back on track. Like, we're in it together. And it just really helps to have that one-on-one, that personal time with the parents too. So now, have we had some parents that will show their complete and total? Yes.
For sure.
And you have to make sure that you bring that professional communication in and let them know I'm not your enemy, so.
And again, I commend you.
For real. But that kind of goes in because you're already dealing with parents, right? And you're dealing with students. Then you have to deal with your colleagues, your coworkers, your higher ups. And it's a lot of per my last email. So how do y'all handle communication on the job?
Per
I
my last
don't.
email, I said what I said. Oh my gosh. I like, as far as working in corporate, and you do, I mean, it just is what it is. You signed up for that position. You have to communicate certain things. You have to communicate if you're going to be late. You have to communicate. You have to put in your PTO time when you want vacation. If you don't understand something, that needs to be communicated off top, so they won't be getting on your ass for fucking up, on your job. There's, and I, to be honest, I hate it.
It's the micromanaging for me. I feel like
it's like,
over the
and the thing
past,
is,
especially when COVID hit, like the micromanaging just got so much worse, and it's exhausting. Baby, let me do my little 8 hours and log out so I can
I mean,
go eat
because
me some pigs in a
regardless,
blanket. I'm hungry and I'm tired of y'all.
Yeah.
I think with COVID, hitting, that just kind of put a lot of pressure on these corporations, and they they were on our ass more, thinking that was going to assist with continue, keeping the company running, when
Right.
really you fucking with my mental. Leave me alone.
It
Leave
really
me the
did.
hell
It
alone. Let me
definitely
do what I
does
do.
bring down the
You need
morale.
to
And like, if
understand
you
we are at
have,
home. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was just saying that it definitely brings down the morale. I was agreeing. And I feel like, if your employees are not happy, then they're not going to give their best work. And
Right.
I don't
But
understand why that's such a hard concept for corporations to grab. Like, baby, if I'm not happy, I don't want to be here. So therefore, these people that I'm dealing with on a daily basis,
y'all gotta understand, we stuck in this
they're gonna
house.
understand and hear in my voice that I don't want to be here. So
Right. We're stuck in the house. Our kids are here. For the people who have kids, like, our everyday lives are not the same. Like, 2020 shifted
Everything.
everything. So how dare you?
Yeah.
Huh, to be how dare you, especially from the corporation, that I'm with. How dare you run this company like this? There's so many people I know who have quit.
baby, don't get fired now.
Right.
Listen, no, forget that.
Wait.
Don't nobody know me. It's just it's a shit show.
It really is, and that's for any and all. I think regardless if it's corporate America to the school systems to
It's been
wherever
a
you
shit
work
show.
for platform, yeah, I mean, 2020 showed its ass, that it did, but it also showed that a lot of us could do our jobs from home. It also showed how much we actually endure. I know for educators and parents were like, I don't envy what you do. Yeah, I bet you don't. You get it
Right.
now. But it's like our mental, it messed with our mental, and getting emails on top of emails on top of emails. Granted, nobody was prepared for a pandemic. So you didn't really know what to do. But once we saw it wasn't letting up, I'm gonna need those emails to let up just a tad,
Right.
Right.
And just feeling like in general, sometimes, emails where you're talked down to, it's like, that's not what we need right now. Talk me up.
And they're
I'm still
condescending.
here
They're
and
like,
making it.
it's like they can be so condescending, but they make sure that illegally everything that they said cannot, there
Uh-huh.
could be no, retaliation or
Yep.
discipline or
Exactly.
anything of that nature towards them as a corporation. But
Yep.
I be reading these emails. I was like, are they talking to me? Because I've been
Yeah.
taking these emails personal. Are
Me
you
too.
talking to
Right.
me?
Right. It's
And that just
real.
goes to show, though, like even in email and texting, any text form of communication, the fact that it could be perceived in so many different ways depending on how the receiver is feeling in that moment.
Right.
And I feel like in relationships, friendships, a lot of communication fails because it's via text instead of somebody picking up the phone and having a
Mm-hmm.
conversation. And
I have definitely misinterpreted some text messages, like for
So,
real.
so let me
for
ask y'all
me,
this. Are y'all talkers where you'd rather somebody pick up the phone, or are y'all
I
texters when it
am.
comes to like friendships and stuff?
I like to talk.
Okay.
mm, because I talk all day at work, I do not want to talk on the phone.
Okay.
But it also depends on the context or the reason for the conversation. Because if it's
Or the
something
person.
serious that we need to talk about,
Yeah.
I'm not about to do this via text. Because for one, this conversation that we could have had in 30 minutes over the phone is now
Uh-uh.
like a 4 or 5 hour
Now.
conversation because we taking so long to respond to each other.
Right.
And then most people, like when they get in their feelings, the texts get longer.
And I'm
And
not finna read
so
all that. I'm not reading all that. I promise you, I'm not.
Sorry.
And now I understand because I used to be. Well, I was someone I was dating. That's all he did was text. This shit got on my nerves, and like it's like I'm not reading all that. When my nigga pick up the phone, then if you're not gonna read all that, I'm not gonna read all what you got. Either pick up the phone, but you don't like to pick up
Right.
the phone. So we'll just talk when we get him. I'm not finna read. Now I'm just like I'm not reading all that. Too old. My eyes hurt sometimes. I gotta put my glasses on to read these
you
text
can make the
messages.
text bigger in your text messages.
I
Like you can,
understand that, but
you got to go to the
I'm still
accessible option.
Oh, y'all have to go to an option. You can't just make it
uh-uh.
via iPhone
Oh girl,
thing.
she trying to be funny with the
Well, that's all we have for our show today.
Bye bye. I'm the opposite. Y'all, don't judge me, but I literally have like in my notes on my phone of what I wrote out. So I don't mess up, so I don't misspell, so I don't forget anything. And then I'll, copy it and then paste it to like what I have to say.
So Android phones,
I've
do
done
they
that
still send
before.
they text messages broken up? It'd be like 1/1.
No. Thank you. Thank you. But after the shade has gone, but now for me, y'all know my background is journalism. I love to write,
Oh yeah.
I love to journal. So for me, that makes sense. But I know, like, in our dating phases, or even if my husband makes me mad and I'm just like going in type of deal, and I'm like, did you read my paragraph? Yeah, but I stopped. What? No. I had a lot of stuff I
I'm
needed
not
to
finna read
say.
all that.
But my
No.
thing is, I have a paper trail now because now you can't say I didn't say it or you don't remember,
Star,
sir.
who finna read all
You
that?
trying to eat your seat, this man?
Well, I'll read it to him if need be. I'm just saying.
It's
So
not,
y'all really not gonna read like a paragraph if somebody
no,
reads?
no.
Dang.
I love to communicate. I want to hear the vibrations in your voice. I want to hear your tone. I want to know how you feel about what you're saying to me. I don't care
Yeah.
if you're upset. No, I can't read that through text message.
Like ever.
Um, I'm not gonna read all that.
Okay. Because I mean, I
And here's the
definitely
thing
want to
for me,
have.
like once I get a moment, I will sit down and read it. Like once I wind down for bed. But you sent me this at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm still trying to get my day going. I look
Right.
at my phone and I see all this blue, and I'm like, no, not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna read all that.
I'll come back to that in a minute. And now you mad because it done took me 8 hours to respond.
Exactly. Like it
Y'all not right. But no, I get it. And I'm not saying not at all have a conversation. I just feel like, and I guess texting and writing, like, have y'all ever heard when you write a letter, it's like a form of intimacy too, because you're actually taking the time to write it down, write it out. So I guess that's how I look at it. When I'm
I'll read
pouring
a
my
letter.
feelings out to you, that's what
I'll
I'm
read
looking
a
at. Like,
I'll read a letter that you wrote before I read a text message.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
I think
I
it's more
My
guess.
text letter is
personable.
my
You
letter.
like you took your time, you put some pen, you got a pen out, you got paper, you wrote it. Like it took a lot of energy. Your text and shit is just
What if they handwriting bad? Do it
Not
loses its
mine.
effect?
My texts are real.
Like, what if they have bad handwriting though? Like, then
Yeah,
what if they can
chicken scratch.
spell? They don't like the pen and paper don't have autocorrect, so they got a lot of scratches through it. No.
First of all, I won't even be dealing with nobody who can't spell, baby. Let's
You
get
just
that
never know.
clear.
We've been in a
Listen,
society that everything corrects itself.
Yeah, you right. You
right.
right.
You don't have to write as much
That's
as we
why.
used to.
That's why when you go on your first date, you let him write out the check. You let so you can see. You let him read the.
He be sitting
Make
there
sure he read the
trying to calculate the
menu.
tip. How I
Make
carry the
sure
one.
before you date, make sure he listen to how he say computer.
Why? How could he say it?
Jen, get off of my.
How could he say it? It's some heavy accents now.
I'm just
Computer.
saying. Hey man, I was. Hey man, like this guy, cool, smart guy, but he was from he from the country, and you know what he said. I said,
I know exactly how he said it. I'm sure we've heard it before. But I mean,
I don't know
that was his
about this one.
accent. Well,
What you
that
say?
was his accent.
You said what?
That was his accent. You couldn't
It
get with it.
was, and that thing was right. So we were good. Hey,
She's so silly.
Wow. Okay.
I just feel
So
like, Jen, if somebody had an issue with you, or one of the boos, somebody that you was dating or whatever,
not one of the booze.
she got a team. She not fooling anybody. And
no, I don't. Yeah, I really don't.
I'm about
okay,
to say, are we gonna allow this, Jen?
well,
Okay, what was you saying, Star?
somebody that you feeling had an issue or whatever, and he telling you how he feels. Are you the type to listen to really hear what they're saying, or you're just listening to respond? So you're not even catching everything he's giving, because some people listen to just have a response.
I I will say, as I've gotten older and how my feelings have switched up and changed, like I really need to know how you're feeling so I can know how to fix the shit that I'm doing that you're telling me I'm doing wrong. So yes, I do listen to I don't listen to respond. Like I listen to comprehend and understand what the hell you telling me so I can do this, so I can do whatever a different way, or whatever the case may be. And I hope that whoever I'm with, that we can exchange that energy. Like we can do that, because it's one thing, again, just to respond, like, can you just listen to what the hell I'm saying? Why are you smack? What is
Nothing. But I understand, because me being a customer
Wait, no,
service,
sir.
no.
No,
what do you do?
sir.
What do you do?
No, he's over here throwing shade. I'm telling. You talking about something in your throat. You need to get that.
I don't know what it is.
Get
Get
him.
it out. I told you to get some hoes.
She did that last episode too.
She did. And she opened the show with it.
I don't
She
know.
did.
But I think a lot of people, anytime that we are communicating about anything, especially if it's a situation that's serious, I feel like a lot of people already have made up in their mind what they're going to say. And so, especially with me dealing customer service, talking to people all day long, my response to that, because they will cut you off in a minute and not even let you complete your statement because they're so ready to respond. And I'm just like, well, what I was going to say, and if I may continue to say,
Right.
you're answering a question that I haven't even asked yet. Like,
Right.
calm down. But I think a lot of people need to work on that because I think all of us do it at times, especially when
Yeah.
we're mad
Yeah,
because we so ready to pop out.
that's true.
I don't be ready to pop off. Not anymore. Not no. It's because it's like for what, man? Just sit back, shit the hell up, and just listen for a little bit. You know, men say we don't listen, child, but that ain't why I listen. That's what they say. They say we don't listen. I
They
listen. Now I
say it.
listen. I listen.
Do
I be
you,
listening.
girl?
I
All
don't buy
right.
it.
He said,
Okay.
because
Okay.
people really be having stuff to say, and it's like I think that's selfish of you because you want somebody to listen to you. So I
Yeah.
think that's very selfish if you don't take the time to just hear people out and hear what the hell they have to say.
Yeah. And I think all in all, and I don't want y'all to think that just because I'll text a paragraph or whatever, I've lost the intimacy in the form of communication. But
It's just
the times that we're in, I think you can pick and choose what works, but it's nothing like having a good conversation, especially like those 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. conversations where you just drift and you could just talk to that person. Those are good
And
ones.
don't be
it's
talking
those
about
days.
nothing. We don't be talking about nothing till 2 or 3 o'clock in the
That's all
morning.
right.
Yeah, it's just that vibe though.
Lord, if you listen.
I see what you're doing for others.
And do it for me.
Right.
Yeah, I am.
Please don't
Okay.
pass me by.
Right. Oh man. What else with it? Let's see. We hit jobs, parenting, definitely relationships and friendships. Ooh, when people text in all caps, are they yelling? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, calm down. Why are you yelling?
They are. I've had
I'm
some where
like,
they've done
excuse
it
me,
on accident and been like,
can you
"I am
turn your
not yelling. I'm so
caps lock
sorry."
off, please? Turn the caps lock off, thank you.
Right. For real though. But yeah, I put tone in text messages. Um, because sometimes when you know who's texting and you're used to like their patterns, or when they use like a certain lingo or they say something, you know exactly what that tone is to match it. So it'd be like, oh, okay, calm down, slow down, or you wild, So I
It's the UL for me.
thank you. It,
But
so
it's
yeah,
I think that just goes back to how things can be misperceived in text,
yeah.
because a lot of communication in all forms is emotional. And whether it's text or, person to person, like a lot of emotion goes into that. So with text, you're losing a lot of the body language part of communication
Mm,
and all of that. So I feel like it's left up to our own feelings and emotions in that moment when we're reading. That's why I rather talk to you about this particular situation as opposed to texting about it, because I'm petty and I can be very sarcastic and that's not perceived well a lot of the times. So I just try to eliminate that altogether.
yeah,
I'm
you
glad
do.
that you
You
know
do
you
need that
petty.
in
Like I'm
person.
glad
Me
that you
too.
know you petty. Like I'm so
Yeah.
glad you know that.
Uh-huh. No, yeah, we said it. We both
Wow.
did. Yeah.
What's
Okay.
up? What's up? We going,
As much as I hate to say, you do bring up a good point because body language is a form of communication. So,
it is.
good
Yeah,
job,
and I
Jay.
like people. I love. I need to see how your body working, because if
You
it's
Yeah.
too
touchy
aggressive,
feely.
if it's real shoulder forward,
Oh,
I got a
You
problem.
That's me. You touchy feely. You
I
are
am.
touchy feely.
I
I
thought you
I
am
said
saw
you
very.
you.
weren't.
I saw you.
I am like
You are?
not when
Yes.
I'm ready to go to
Oh no
bed.
no. You are.
When I'm
He
ready
is.
to go to bed, get off of me because I'm
That's
tired.
what it
I'm ready to go to
was. Right,
sleep.
right, right, right.
No,
Okay.
he is definitely touchy feely. I
Okay.
said.
Oh.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right, that's enough.
Oh.
I'm just
Oh.
saying.
This was the event I was missing at. That's what you're talking about. Okay. I'm gonna catch the
I'm
rest
scared.
of the
I am.
season.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm not touchy feely. Like
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
It is. I think I'm not touchy feely because I ain't found the one to be touchy feely with. Like,
Because
don't
that's a
touch
form
me.
of communication without even
Yeah.
having to say a word. Baby, touch me right.
I do.
All
I
right.
want somebody to just come up and touch me on the smile of my back or just come kiss me on my neck or something like that. But
Yeah.
I just
Do you
haven't found
think
that right now.
because you're not touchy feely that you might come off standoffish to those that you're like, talking to or dating to where they're like, well, damn,
Yeah.
if I can't
And
get
then
you like
I
that.
don't wanna be hurt. Like I think being touchy feely is like really it's like one of those connections to where it's like it ain't gotta be nothing. He could just touch you here or whatever. And it's just it does something to me. And it's like I want to have that type of intimacy with somebody like I really fuck with. And I have not found that. And I'm okay with that. So I will continue to be standoffish until that right one, makes me feel that way. But I do want
Like,
it one day.
touch
But
me
now I'm
right
just
here.
like,
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah.
don't touch me like that. I don't really, man. I had somebody like recently try to do that, and it was like, sir, I came here for one thing and one thing only. Okay, all right, I'll see you next go around. Just need some advice.
Wow, Jen.
And you know what? I feel so bad. I do. I feel bad because he really nice guy.
We're gonna find a different word. We won't say that you're standoffish, but you're gonna be particular what you like. What's the word I'm thinking of? We're not gonna use standoffish though, because I don't want it to be with the negative connotation because it might not be negative what you're doing, but you just want to make the right choices and right options. And sometimes you just can't let everybody into
I'm
your
just protecting
yeah.
protecting my inner peace
Peace.
or
There you
just
go.
whatever, But I am so sorry to you, sir, for watching.
Yeah, right.
Because you were such a gentleman.
Come
Wow.
on and comment in the chat section. I know you're watching. Go ahead.
Have I
But
seen you into Mouthful?
Right.
I think I
but I want to say that I feel like one thing we all have to realize is that communication is like a never-ending growing process. Because as we continue to grow, like as individuals and collectively, whether that's a friend or, like I said, a spouse or whatever the case may be, like what may have worked for somebody else may not work for this particular person. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to learn how to adapt your communication. Um, and to compromise, because a lot of people, no two people are the same, and I feel like we just have to continue to figure out what works.
Definitely.
For sure.
Now, I will tell you what does communicate that Jen's probably going to take us into, but they say money talks. Money talks.
Whoa, whoa.
Tell us about it.
She's such a hater.
Right.
And be your own kids, bro.
Like, how you my broke best friend and a hater? Dang.
Hey, dang. But they say money talks and BS walks. Are we talking about like in relationship? I mean, like
Period.
period.
Because your job
I'm
talk to
gonna
you with money. You because you obviously would not be working there if they were not talking to you about money. Your relationships, like even if it's not serious yet, but
does your significant other like have to have money?
no. And like I said before, I don't want them to have money. I would prefer that he could at least meet me where I am, right? And then we continue to build together. But
I'm okay with that
one
as
thing I'm
well.
not gonna do ever again in my life is take care of a grown man. Not
Finance.
doing it.
I well, of course. I don't think well, okay, so yeah, I would like for you to be able to take care of yourself. That's it.
Okay.
And then we can, build out. I want to make money with my man.
Yeah.
I want to,
Same.
yeah, I want us to build something together. Like I really I think that is so sexy. Oh my
It
God.
is.
Yeah. And then
Like,
and
let's build
then
this empire
like,
together,
ooh,
Right.
you
are
know?
you finna show me how to make some more money?
I
Ooh.
will say that is very
So money
attractive.
talks to you. Money talks to you very well.
Well, no, okay. I mean, yes, if
Not
we're
money
doing
talk,
it together, like
financial literacy.
I'm not coming
That
in like, oh, he gotta have money, he gotta have this. No, what I'm saying is I want to build, yes, I want to make money with my man.
You know
I
what
don't
it
think
is? It's financial literacy. That's what we love.
okay.
that's it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like you know how to build, you know how to get shit
exactly.
done. Yes, I know. I think
Exactly. Shout out to my husband because he is so he gets so frustrated because I'm the other side of the brain. So like when I want to figure out like financially or when we're putting like our Excel sheets together or how did you get this or whatever, like he has to break it down to me A, B, C, D type of deal.
Ooh,
But you
I want to
know,
ain't
reach
nothing
that
wrong with
point
it.
of
Yeah, ain't
financial.
I
nothing wrong with
Uh,
that.
I want to
I
get to the point where I have an Excel spreadsheet for my funds.
That's
I
what I'm
haven't reached
saying.
that
The
point.
Excel spread,
I
y'all.
right.
haven't
Hey,
reached that point in life yet.
I appreciate them because I'm still like in my planner, like budgeting, writing down in my planner. I'm so traditional. But when it comes to like writing or whatnot and communicating with letters, via emails, things like that, I'm the strong one with that. So it works out. It works out.
It does work,
love that
but
for
like
you.
you said, I love that for you
I
too.
love that
I
for you.
love the spreadsheet idea. I'm in love with it.
He still say I spend too much.
You probably do. All your sales are red.
How much? What are y'all done got for the baby? Because I know the baby. I know.
You know
Well, Hamilton
what?
finna
You
be.
know what? And I will say this shout out to all of our family and friends because we have literally been blessed. I'm just so overwhelmed whenever I think about it. Like literally looking around the room, like we're set
Dang.
from family, friends. I mean, this baby is just so loved. So thank y'all so much. Except he hasn't got his little mouthful TV shirt yet. Y'all slacking.
Yeah, we can
Hell,
get
I ain't got no
onesie,
mouthful TV
mouthful
shirt.
onesie on me, bro. Matching socks
Right.
and a hat and a
Thank
little
you.
hat.
Thank you. That's right. That's right.
Congratulations, baby Hamilton on the way.
Hey.
But let's get into this word of mouth, y'all. So I'm going to read the article from
Okay.
from People magazine about Dr. Dre and this settlement,
Girl.
this divorce settlement of having to pay. Let me see. It was $293,306 a month
A month.
per month,
Month.
but she asked for 2 million a month.
She did. She was wilding.
Yeah,
Well,
girl.
let me not say that because I can't ask for 2 million. So that maybe she thought she was correct. But yeah.
2 million a month, bro. Like,
That's a lot.
was you
But
popping? Was
so
you popping your thing on the pole? And next episode, like, did you help him make that song? Girl, was you with him shooting in the gym?
In the
Like, really,
gym.
girl? Come on
but
now.
here's the thing though, and I think
Nah, a
this is
month?
where a lot of people are leaving this part of the conversation out. They
Okay.
had a prenup, so that is what he agreed to.
Oh, never mind. Let me shut my mouth. Girl, get your
Yeah.
pipe.
There was a prenuptial agreement, and what she's getting is consistent with what they agreed to in this prenup. And
Okay.
I ain't
so
got nothing to say then.
it covers the expenses of their Malibu and Pacific Palisades home. So she got two houses in the deal.
Okay.
And he also has to pay her health insurance. Like, baby.
Wow.
You
Okay.
getting the kick out of that, ain't you?
Yes, that is
So
funny to
just
me.
short
You
of
can't pay your own
2 million.
health insurance, baby. I'm giving you $300,000 a month, and you still want me to pay for your health insurance?
I don't
Okay.
know. And then I think that we're not gonna sit here and act like, Dr. Dre, was a saint. We're not gonna do that. And I know I might, I don't know I don't know. I
Because
don't know
she
the
did accuse him of emotional and physical abuse. He denied it, but she did make that statement.
I mean, if you have a track record of doing it, I mean, I can kind of believe it. I mean, because he's had previous relationships to where, those things have happened. So I mean, I could believe it. Um, do you think that though, although he's made all that money, do you think she's entitled to that? Although they had a prenup, like, do you think that amount is like,
See,
do
and
you think
that's
she
what
needs all of it?
I
How old are the kids?
They are 21. Wait, 20. They're in their 20s, 24 and 20.
So they're still young. So
but so her
They are of
so
working age.
they
right. So
are,
I was gonna
they
say it's
are,
not
but
daycare expenses or private school. You know, like we're not talking about olds that are part of that 300,000. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, here's the argument, and it goes into what Jim was asking. Like, although no, she wasn't in the in the gym shooting, you know what I'm saying, or in the studio recording, she was taking care of home. So that's a lot of when you see these type of things happening with Hollywood couples, you know, that people talk about. No, she wasn't doing your actual physical job. She was taking care of the house. She was taking care of the kids. She was making sure when you got home, things were ran accordingly. So, does that compensate to what she deserves and what she's getting paid for? Eek.
So he should pay her to have been a wife and mother.
I mean, that's the argument I'm
Like he should
asking.
put her on payroll for that.
Oh,
what?
well,
What? Yeah. Now wait a minute.
Well, I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is like, right, you're
Because
also,
what you're
but you're
doing,
not
you're
just
not.
a worker though. So it's not like you were the nanny, just there taking care of the kids and then you go home at night. You don't come in and cook meals for me and then go back to you still laying in my bed next to me because I love you. So think about it in that sense. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm compensating someone for being with me because that's what it feels like.
so is a marriage a what's the
I
verbiage I'm
feel
gonna
like
use?
a
Is
marriage
a
is
marriage is a
a
business transaction
business.
as well?
Yes,
Okay.
I think it is. I don't care what you say. Like we said earlier, we would like to build with our partners. Yes, I think that it is like a. I think it's a business deal. It's not a bad one though.
Right.
It's
I
not a
mean,
bad business deal.
you
My
do
thing
hear more and
is
more
you
people.
can you get benefits to being married. I don't care what you say, and people talk. I have a lot to
It's
say about this.
giving that every morning I'll be like, good morning, baby. Here's $40. Like, what?
Not, it's not that. It's everything that goes into it. It's not just about the money, but that has to be made, right? So why not take it to another level? We gotta eat.
A lot of people
Right.
say marriage is more than just love. It takes more
It
than love
is
to.
definitely.
So
You finna be laid up with somebody broke? Then
Well, no, it's not even about that. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, thinking of a relationship as a business, which I understand completely where y'all coming from. I feel like I'm just thinking about the negative side of it,
what's
just
the negative
in a
side?
sense of, again, I don't want to feel like I'm paying somebody to be with me because you are taking care of the home or taking care of the kids that we both decided to enter this life together, and now I'm having to pay you to do that.
let me ask you this. Would you be a stay-at-home partner if you had
No, I
that
would not.
opportunity? Okay.
Nope.
Jen, would you? Uh-oh. Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
I this is literally gonna be like our blooper show. Cause the day that we've all had,
Why did she dive off the bed like
I don't
that
know.
at the chair?
I'm like, I don't know.
Sorry, y'all.
It's okay. Are you okay? Okay.
Y'all, okay.
Usa,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Um, what I
You
asked
forgot? You
I
forgot?
did. It's crazy. This is that show. This is our blooper show, but it's the good stuff. Jen, would you be a stay-at-home mom and wife if given the opportunity?
I was presented with this a few days ago. Not personally, but we were just
Oh,
having
I
a
was like,
conversation.
okay.
I don't know. I be done went crazy. Shit. Me working during the pandemic with the damn kids at home, I went crazy. Just I don't know. Like I need to
Gotcha.
if I'm going to if I'm gonna stay at home, I'm gonna be working on something of my own to make money.
And that's where I was going with it too, because I think that it's important. I would be a stay-at-home
But I
wife and
need my own
mom,
business.
but
I
I would
need
be working
something.
on exactly. Yep.
I need
Mm.
something else to do. Like I don't just want
But
I
what
don't
if
I'm
he's
sorry, I
because
just don't
there
want to
are
be a wife and a
some men
mom.
out there that are wanting that stay-at-home wife, right? Because
And
and
they
and
can
I'm
and whoever
speaking
wants to do that.
from personal experience,
Mm-hmm.
like presented paid what got a very good job
Yeah.
making six figures and was like, I just want you to because he traveled a lot for work and was like, I just want you to be in the hotel when I get out of my meetings or whatever the case may be. Basically, I felt like I was going to be a sex slave and you was just going to be paying me money or buying me whatever I want. And I'm just like, I'm good. But more importantly, though, it was like you are already established, right? You have the house, you have the car, you have everything that you want. And I'm still building towards that. So I feel like I don't have really anything to offer in that aspect for me to enter this relationship, and you're already like well off. And then, because if anything happens, like I don't have anything because everything was yours. And
Right.
no,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
no, it's gonna
But
be a
no, I mean,
hard
if
no
it
for me.
works for you, if that's what you want, if you want to stay at home and then you meet that person who wants that as well, I mean, that'll work for y'all. But no, I yeah, no.
Okay. Well, I know I would want to see like an itemized list of what all Dr. Dre's ex-wife or soon to be ex-wife is getting with that
Oh, it's coming.
300,000.
We're gonna see
Yeah.
it. It's coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but he signed it. He knows his finances. Look. So,
Oh wow. I'm sorry. I was continuing to read the article about the allegations that she made about the domestic abuse.
mhm.
Um, there's reported she made allegations that Dr. Dre held a gun to her head in the early 2000s and that he punched her in the head and face in
Hey,
1999.
I'm again. I can believe that because he when he was dealing with was it Michelet? Like she said, he
Mm-hmm.
was very abusive. I can believe it.
That's a slip.
But
That's a slippery slope because then it's like, did she stay to know that she would
right,
reap the benefits, or was she really in a place where it was hard to leave? Because I'm not judging any woman that might be in a domestic,
Right.
situation and it's hard to leave. Like, Lord knows, please find your peace and be able to be safe. But it
Right.
just kind of makes you wonder, like, what was it?
and I wonder if, not saying that this is the case,
Right.
but on the outside looking in, I'm just like, okay, is she saying this because she knows he has a history of being this person, right? Even though he may have changed, he's never abused her at all.
True.
But my thing is like, why even go that far when y'all had a prenup? Like, it's not even necessary for you to kind of
Because you're gonna get it anyway.
anyway.
Hmm.
It makes you think if it had like a time, like
I was just about to say that,
yeah,
like, did she stay until the conditions of the prenup were
right,
met so that
So
way
we
she
right.
need to
can
see. We
make
need we need to
sure?
we need to see that too. I was just thinking about that before y'all said
Hello?
it.
Get the lawyer on the phone.
I'm like, is she really?
I'm playing. I'm making calls. But yeah,
Matter of fact, just call Dr. Dre's stuff or his attorney, either
you know
one.
what I'm saying?
Um,
They don't be picking up sometimes, I guess. All right.
all right, y'all. So we've had a really good conversation tonight.
A loopy one. This is
Yeah,
one
it was
for the
just, it
book.
was, you know what? I feel like it was all over the place, but I mean, it's just us three. We just out here, just
Yeah.
living, just try to figure it out on the go.
Yeah.
But y'all, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Y'all, don't forget to follow us on all platforms: YouTube, IG, Twitter, Facebook. Don't forget to follow A Taste of the Culture for all your wine, Black-owned wine and spirits. Use code Mouthful for a 25% off discount. Don't forget to join us, please, after the show on IG Live so we can talk more about
Y'all
this
gonna be coming.
situation.
Now she said what she said. Y'all better come to IG Live. I'm just-
Right. Because we be seeing y'all, but then you be acting shy.
Right.
Yeah, come
Talk
join
to
us.
us. We like to talk.
We like to talk and do all that other shit. But again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the new viewers. Thank you for the olds. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all again next Wednesday at 7:00 p.m.
And
at
we'll be
Central
more
Standard
coof
Time.
next time. We'll be more coof.
Probably not.
All right. I'm
Maybe
lying.
Jenna had that frog out of her throat by then.
Oh,
Bye, y'all.
Maybe you'll brush your
bye.
Bye.
teeth. Maybe you'll brush your
Bye.
teeth. Bye.
Bye.